do it. Yeah, okay. So here we are in this info session to explain the main requirements to participate in the first open call that is closing 15th of July. So in 10 days from now. And what requirements do you need to fill and the different steps in the application process to participate in the first accelerator program, IoT based, okay? So this is the agenda. I'm going to explain a bit the accelerator program, how it will work. Then I will present the first open call and the main steps to apply for it. And then my colleague Abdur will explain and showcase different use cases, just as an example for you to see what kind of applications and IoT developments you will be able to implement during the accelerator program with our support. Anytime you have a question, a doubt about anything, please just write it on the chat and we can go through them at the end of the session. And also you are free to open your mic and your camera to be on a more familiar session. So what is the accelerator program that we are organizing in the HUBiquitous project? We have identified 5 innovation challenges. So 5 economic sectors that we really want to have an impact on them. Now we will see what are these 5 sectors. In the accelerator program, we want to open 2 different calls. So this year, 2022, it's open currently the first open call, but also the next year, we will run a second open call to run a second accelerator program. So in total, in the HUBiquitous project, in the frame of it, we will run 2 different accelerator programs. And in total, the idea is to run 2 business and technical support programs, okay, these accelerator programs, to support a total of 50 innovators. So 50 entrepreneurs, 50 startups, SMEs who have a IoT solution that want to put in the market, okay? So we want to support a total of 50 new digital applications coming from Africa. For this, we already have created a pool of mentors. So we have a pool of experts in different sectors and domains. So as part of the accelerator program, the participants will be able to have this support from experts and mentors. And then also in the second open call, especially, we want to support and boost European and Africa partnerships. So we will encourage applicants to submit joint applications between Africa startups and European startups. So we will develop a specific program to support applicants to find European partners to submit a proposal, but this is for the next open call. And we also encourage in this accelerator program the participation of women-led businesses. Okay, so we want female applicants to be part of the program and to have a representation here. What is the acceleration methodology? So the 5 digital challenges that we have defined are covering the Industry 4.0 sector, the agri-food, smart cities, e-health, and green economy. And under these 5 digital challenges, potential applicants will be able to submit a project idea. So now we have the open call for proposals running. Everyone who is interested or have a IoT solution in one of these 5 different sectors can apply. The reception of project ideas is now taking place, and it will close on the 15th of July. So in 10 days, we will start with the evaluation process and the selection of the most innovative, most promising IoT solutions in these 5 sectors, okay? When we have completed the selection of the 20 startups, I don't know if I mentioned this, but in this first open call, we are gonna select 20 startups, 20 entrepreneurs, 20 small, medium enterprises. We are gonna welcome them to our 6-month business and technical support program that is run by the HUBiquitous project. So we will be in charge of developing and implementing it, but also we will count on the support of associated African digital innovation hubs. Okay. What will you find in this 6-month technical and business support program? Well, the idea here is that the first program will start on September. We will use July and August to do this evaluation and selection of startups. And then on September, we will kick off this first accelerator program. And the idea during the 6 months is to provide you, the selected applicants, with the different tools that we have developed in the HUBiquitous project, that are the solution lab, application business boxes, different training courses, access to this pool of mentors, also participated in networking activities, and get the participants ready for an investment readiness phase. We are going to also support with business support tools like business model canvas, proof of concept, minimum viable product. So during this 6 months, we will be with the applicants, working with them, depending on the different needs and challenges that the applicants have, to support them with their new applications and IoT developments and business needs as well. Okay. And to participate in this HUBiquitous Accelerator program, the first open call, as you know, is now open. It will close 15th of July, and you have all the information in our website. Now I'm gonna move to explain this first open call, the main requirements and the main conditions to participate in it, and also show you how is the application process going. Okay. So this is, I think, the main important aspect that you have to consider. Who can participate in this open call? The eligible applicants are entrepreneurs, startups, scale-ups, or SMEs. Okay, you have to fulfill this condition. And also the eligible applicants only can come from these 4 African countries. So Egypt, Ghana, Nigeria, and Tanzania. Just a side note, for the second open call next year, the idea is to widen this countries' participation, so other African countries will be able to participate in the second open call. But in this first open call, you have to take this into consideration, that applicants coming from Kenya, for instance, are not eligible in this open call, just to show an example. Also, we especially encourage application from women and from young people. And in case you have any European partner already working with, that would be very good, because the evaluation process will consider this as a very valuable point. So this is also something that we want to boost in the accelerator program, to enhance these connections between the 2 innovation ecosystems, European and African. And also a very important thing to consider is that the IoT solutions that you propose in your application, you have to take in mind that they will be physically deployed in Africa. Okay, so different activities covering prototyping and testing. The idea is to work with a local innovation hub to support you in this phase of the implementation of the solutions. Okay, and that's why during the online form to apply to the open call, you will have to select one of the innovation hubs that we are working with. I will show you this in a bit. Okay, so it's also very important when you decide to apply for the open call to consider the different tools and services that you will get during the accelerator program. So this is very important. Everything is very detailed in the guide for applicants. So that's why it's very, very important that you read and go through this document in detail. And well, the application business box is one of the solutions that we are developing in the project. And this will be a ready-to-use technical and business support package to the applicants that will consist, in 3 main elements: prototyping kits and software templates, training courses, and also business support templates. Then we will offer solution lab facilities. This solution lab is also a tool that we have developed in the HUBiquitous project that provides startups with the capacity to develop, test, experiment, and pilot innovative products using IoT. Okay. Later on, Abdul will show you some examples on how we use this solution lab to support your development. We will also put at your disposal a help desk and a permanent service of mentoring, so access to a pool of experts. We will also give you access to our learning area, different training material, different courses, different webinars, and also we will organize several bootcamps and hackathons. Okay. Then a different program that we are developing in the project is the MeetHub platform. Here we are creating a platform for IoT stakeholders to boost collaboration between Europe and Africa ecosystems, and also to encourage networking and learning between professionals and startups, SMEs, people working in the innovation ecosystems. And also, and as part of the, let's say, the last stage of the Accelerator program, we also foresee to host 2 interactive online workshops on investor readiness. So here we want to support the applicants to planning for access to finance, to how to pitch before an investor, and these kind of things. All right. So these are the main inputs that you will get as participants of the Accelerator program. But last but not least, this is also very attractive. We are expecting to give awards, monetary awards. So we will select, as part of the Accelerator program, 1 overall winner of the program, and we will distribute 1,000 euros to this overall winner. But also then we will select a winner in each of the 4 African countries that can participate. So apart from this overall winner, we will select a winner for Nigeria, for Egypt, for Tanzania, and for Ghana. Okay. And in this first open call, we are going to select 20 projects. So there are going to be 20 participants in the first Accelerator program. All right, so then how to apply to the open call? You have to bear in mind there are 2 parts of the process. The first part is the proposal template. So this is the technical description of your project idea. And then we have part 2, that is the administrative data sheet. And this is an online form that must be submitted online. And you can submit proposals until Friday, 15th of July, 5 p.m. Central European Time. In the website, I'm going to show you now the website, because in the website, you can download directly the guide for applicants. You can access directly the online form, and you can also download directly a template to complete the technical description of your project. Okay. Here. So this is the HUBiquitous website. This is the area where the section where the first open call is explained. And here you can directly download the guide for applicants. That is this document that you are seeing on the screen right now. These are the contents in the guide for applicants. So everything you need to know is in this document. Here you can download directly the technical description of your proposal. In the first page, you have kind of guidelines, and it's important to read everything. The maximum of pages that your proposal must cover is 6 pages. Okay, this is the limitation that we put. And then the idea here is that you must reply to several questions regarding business and industrial relevance of your idea. What is the innovative use of the technology that you are proposing? What is the societal and economic value of the project that you are presenting? What is your exploitation strategy, if you have any? How do you expect to implement the project? So if you have a team of different staff working in the startups or the SME, it's important to mention them, to showcase the relevance and the experience that they have, and also to explain what is the main work plan of your proposal. Okay, so present a detailed project plan with the objectives, with how is the IoT deployment, the main milestones that you want to achieve. So it's important that these main aspects are included in your proposal, because this will be the evaluation criteria. Then the evaluation will be run by independent experts as well, and they will have an evaluation grid, and they will see how you are responding to all these questions. So it's important that you follow as much as possible these templates, okay? And then if you click on apply here, you will access directly to the online form, okay? That is the last thing that you will have to prepare, because in this online form, you will have to attach the technical description. So it's convenient that once you are filling this online form, you already have your technical description complete, okay? That is important. Here you have a summary of the main requirements for you to don't forget. Here you write your email address, and then you start submitting the online form. We have first an administrative data sheet, so general information. This is, for instance, the proposal ID. This is the date, okay, the date of applications. Today is, sorry. Today is 5th of July, 2022. My acronym of the project, this is an example that I'm using to show you. It's WaterFi. The acronym is WaterFi. The title of the project is, for instance, Innovative Solutions to Improve Water Management. I want to address the challenge of smart cities, because my solution is to offer a new IoT solutions to improve the water management of my city, for instance. Then I write like several keywords: water management and, for instance, city. Then I must write an abstract, so a short description of my proposal, okay? So in just a paragraph, we see what your project is about. Then we have to select if I am applying as an entrepreneur, and a startup, or SME. What is the legal name of my startup, the year of foundation, the personal ID, the address of my organization, the town. Let's see. I'm just writing in order to complete an online form online with you. This is, if you see this mark here, is because you are obliged to respond to the question itself. And then we ask the person in charge of the proposal, okay? The full address, the email address again, and the telephone. We continue and we ask you to explain the motivation to participate in the HUBiquitous IoT Accelerator program. Here it will be good to say why do you want to take part on the program, whatever is your motivation. Here, this is an important question in case you have an European partner, okay? If it's the case, you must reply yes, and then complete here the administrative data of your partner in Europe. And if it's a no, it's okay. You just don't reply to the rest of the questions and move to the next section. And here is also a very important question. Here you have to choose the African Innovation Hub that is closest to you, because this local hub will be in charge of supporting you more in the field, okay? So if I'm from Egypt, for instance, in Egypt, we are collaborating with FabLab. So it's the one in Egypt, so we have this option and we will need to mark it. And then here is the part where we have to attach the technical description, okay? So this proposal must be filled in advance. So when it comes the time that we have to attach it, the document is ready, okay? So here we will attach the technical description and include it. And here we will have to attach and the different curriculum vitae of the person in charge of the proposal, but also, if it's the case, the team that is behind the project, okay? And then that's all. The last page is just to confirm everything and to be aware of the personal data that you are sharing with us, and that everything is all right. Okay, so the application process, just a recap. We must read carefully the guide for applicants that we can download directly from the website. Second step, we must prepare the technical proposal. So follow the template, reply to it, and bear in mind that the maximum of pages is 6. And third step is to complete the online form with the different administrative information and uploading our documents as well. Inside the HUBiquitous project, I'm responsible for running these open calls. So any doubt, any questions you might have during the process, just please send an email to me. You have, I think, my email already. And that's it. I don't know. I don't think there are questions in the chat so far, but if you have any questions, you can ask them after Abdur has shared some examples, okay? So now the idea is to share some IoT developments that were supported in the past. So you have an idea of what kind of projects we are expecting to support in this accelerator program. Hi, Abdur.
Okay, very good. So you can, I will just sense the, okay. You can see that my desktop, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So yes, so as Carmen presented, so the idea of my presentation is to give you some kind of little bit understanding actually what is the IoT and mainly how IoT can be used in the different context. I think you have been seeing maybe the other presentation and also many our other tutorial, you know what is IoT, but for me it's more important to show several examples to get a bit feelings actually how you could use it. And these are the example. You can find it in the online in the website, and Carmen I think she put it on the link. So yes, so this was coming from the previously our example startup that we have been working with them. So this is giving you a quite overview. So for example, this is like the one is called Asquana project. So this is a project. It's about the mobile charging. In Africa has a lot of. I mean, not only Africa, many other countries also. The remote has a problem with the charging. After some time, your mobile gone, and because nowadays we are using a lot of mobile phone all the time. So and you don't find a charging station, or you need to carry out the power bank and things like that. So this startup idea is to develop a charging station which is distributed across many different cities and the shopping mall and things like that. And then you just pay as you go. So you pay a amount of charge you wanted to have, and then after that you connect it, it will charge it. So this is in here the IoT is actually the where all those designing. So you need to use also so quite many mass electronics and things like that. But on terms of IoT, is more like the payment system, how you the mobile banking, like the payment system and things was connected with that. And also they wanted to remotely see the devices functioning while devices working on. This is one application. So that means that in these cases, the IoT also using quite a lot on the more remote connection of the devices, and then also for using also mobile banking. Then another startup is also smart parking. So like, that to find a parking slot, free parking slot is a quite common IoT application. You might know that it's more like to find a free parking space. So this is also kind of where IoT use. Often these IoT devices are put on the parking lot, and this is can monitor the occupancy, like if the slot is free or it is already occupied and things like that. So, and this device is actually collecting the information from the physical. So this is one. This is another also the cattle. So I cattle. So this is actually another startup what they have developed. They developed some kind of devices. You can see the sensor right there, which can monitor the health of the cattle. Often, that the cattle also need to be the cow need to be also monitor the health condition, like especially the kind of heat monitoring and things like that that you need to do for the cow, and also the location monitoring. So you have a quite lot of IoT application there, especially animal health and tracking and monitoring the location. So in terms of when coming IoT, most of our application are remote monitoring of the object itself. And in addition, also sometimes you use also monitoring the process of the device itself, how the device is performing itself. This is also another. So there are different cases you can also use IoT. This is also another startup. They have been occupation simulator. So it's more like a kind of they develop a IoT devices more for the home security. So where if something detected and some thief or someone entered the house, and it detects with the sensor and it makes some kind of a buzzer and things like that. So it make alarm. So that is also another kind of IoT, and these devices also can send a notification to the person immediately that there is some thief in the house. So that means that IoT is more like the connectivity. So you connect the devices with the remotely with some kind of information for monitoring the presence of the devices, or monitoring the status of the devices, like the healthy status of the devices or process. So there are many different things you can do. This is more autonomic irrigation. This is very common IoT, typical IoT application, where you monitor the water content, you monitor the soil, you monitor the pH. So and based on the exact information that you have coming from the farm, then you give you can run the motor. You can autonomically configure your motor, so that if there is a less water in the field, the motor should be running. So here is also again IoT application using for the monitoring the field, monitoring the level of the water condition, and then after the timing of the water. There is also another IoT devices, mostly like the camera. With the camera, they are also, you can also put the camera, and then after that you can, with the camera, some kind of running the image processing, some kind of machine learning. You can also count the number of the traffic passing by. So it's more like the counting the traffic system and things. So this is also another IoT application. This is another application you can see that is called Tech Now. They have developed a autonomic, more like a kind of this hand washer. Yeah, it's like for the COVID, during the COVID. So you need to wash the hand. So they developed the IoT system. This you can see that this system is also using to configure the devices. For example, it has a sensor. When you bring your hand closer to the sensor, then it turn on the motor, and the valve is on. So the liquid is pass, and then so that means this is more like automation part. But after that, they are also collecting this information to see how many people are washing on the hand and how many people are passing by. So they're also collecting the information so remotely in order to process the data. This is also, you see that this is another application. It's called lotus detection. The lotus is also very important problem in Africa, especially East Africa, where they come and they destroy the crops. And sometimes you can also monitor their presence with some kind of sensor, especially the weather condition. If the weather is very weather is very dry and things, so sometimes this kind of disease come. So this is also another interesting things that the IoT may not be used at direct, always as a directly, the what I said that the kind of indirect monitoring. I would say that because in these cases you are not really directly monitoring the locusts, but you are monitoring the weather. But somehow weather has to do with the locusts. If the weather is very hot and things not raining and things, so there is some kind of pattern that how it's related to that. So mostly all the issue related to the climate things, you can monitor the climate, but then after that you can relate that climate information with that. And then also this also the energy management part. This is also like the typical IoT application where you can manage the energy consumption, how much energy is you're using, and then this is a quite very well developed IoT application. And also this smart water meter. Here is also another application where it is using the monitoring the amount of water. It's more like the meter. And smart meter is very known for IoT application where you usually measure the flow of the either water, liquid, oil. You can also use for oil. You can also use for energy. You can use for the gas. You can many different places. You can also use as a meter. So this is smart meter is also one typical IoT application where many cases are using. And this is also power management one. And this is another application. You see that it's called egg incubator. So here it's like the hatchery, I think if I'm right, Wadi. And where you have the eggs and you want to monitor the temperature of the eggs in order for the egg incubator to see to make sure that the temperature are always in the constant, and because if the temperature is very, these eggs will be damaged. So this is also the monitoring the temperature of the egg incubator. And this is also the other for the payment system, to automatic payment system also use that one. This break here, I think this is also used for the especially for the pregnant women to monitoring the especially kind of temperature level and especially mostly temperature, body temperature, to monitor the temperature level for the pregnant woman, because in order to if there is some fever or something, and this need to be also monitored. So this is also developed devices. So yeah, so there are many applications you can look it here. So you can use IoT many different cases. So but most of them are really using to either the connecting devices the remotely to control the devices, getting the information from devices, or you can also take the devices on to use the information that you collected from devices from the other context also. It doesn't need to be used in the exactly the application that you have. You might also use the information that you collect completely other different context. So for in order to develop this IoT, there are many different systems exist. You need to know communication technologies. You need to know also the electronics. So I think the solution lab that we have provided, it has a different. So I think we mainly provided the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and LoRa kind of devices. So you can use different communication tools that you want to have. So yeah, so the somehow you know that it is sometimes we have been seen that it's not always easy to provide all the possibilities that you can do, but at least you can develop an initial idea, proof of concept idea that the hardware that we have provided with the solution lab. And later this make you to feel that actually this give you a better understanding, and then after that you can go ahead to develop a real IoT, a real product that you wanted to do. And so that is all. I think there are many other examples there, but I think we don't need to go
Abdur, maybe we should give the floor to our participants, because
yes, exactly.
They might have some questions.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, actually, someone raised a hand. I think no longer, but actually, okay, thank you, Abdur, for explaining and showing some different use cases. We have more participants now, so now is your turn. If you want to ask any question that you have, if you applied or are applying to the open call and you have specific concerns on how to do it, now it's the moment to ask. The ones connected here, are you applying to the call? You can just do this if it's a yes. Okay, so I think there are no questions from the audience. So, well, Emmanuel, raise. Do you want to ask something?
Yes.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. At least I've come to understand a lot of stuff now about the HUBiquitous. I want to ask about the program. You said it's going to last for 6 months. And the whole of 6 months, would we be at the hub center, or some months and the other ones has to be from virtual, or is it also possible to have the program virtual?
Yes, I think the option to have the program virtually, it's fine for us, but we really want you to have this connection with the local hub to. It depends also on the maturity level of your IoT development. If you need a more technical support, it will be good to go to the local hub, to work with them, to use the solution lab, like the different software, hardware solutions that we can provide you. and teach you on how to use it. But if the maturity IoT level is I don't know, higher, maybe you don't need that physical support, and the program can be hosted virtually. Like all the communications, all the steps will be online virtually, all the support as well. But as part of and also we will have like local events that we want to organize, innovation weeks and stuff. So we will have as well the opportunity to meet in person at some point. And here, I think we are quite flexible, depending on the situation of the applicant. Are you asking this because maybe you are far from one of the local hubs?
Yeah, the other one, the first hub you mentioned, Aba. I don't know if it's the same Aba in Abia State. You know, there are two hubs in Nigeria, one in Lagos, and I read the other one is Aba. I don't know where that is. So, but never mind. I think if it's Aba, the one in Abia State, fine. It could be closer because I'm based in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
But my question is mainly because of the products or industry that my startup is in, and also my partner who is in Europe. He also mentioned that I should make sure I ask this and get clarification. At the moment, for those who have already gotten their landed pages, more of our products and things just need some app, which is on our website. At the moment, we are building such scaling on the minimum viable product. So I thought of, do we still in that, haven't gotten to that level, do we still need to form a new platform on an IoT, any of the apps or any of the, so those are things I knew we were going to learn on the job. But he was also asking, would the hub be needing us now to create a newer version of things, or would they be able also to run on some existing platforms that already been made or milestones that have already been achieved, so to say? So those are why I said, no, let me also ask if it's going to be compulsory to be at the hub and all that.
Okay. One of your questions was about the sector. So you don't think the sector is covering your startup is not in these 5 challenges that we are proposing? It's a different one?
Yeah, it's a different one. Where our startup is mainly on the maritime industry. Creating a hub where both the charterers of the vessel owners get seamless access to charterers, and charterers get seamless access to vessels they want to charter. While we expand to other things, so we'll call it marine tech. So if you say smart, this one will be smart offshore.
Yeah, it could be maybe green economy as well, because green economy covers quite different.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I think green economy will fit in the project you're proposing.
That's all right.
Yeah, maybe if you have more specific questions about the proposal itself, you can share it with me. Or we have here Daniel Sinagosi, that is in Aba in Nigeria. So they have you will select that can also work.
Okay, no problem. Maybe I will do you a mail and send you some of the things we're working on. From the mail, we can know which sector or which of the IoTs we're going to be having under.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emmanuel, where are you based in Nigeria?
Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt. Okay, that's close. Okay.
Okay.
Let's keep in touch. You've completed the application, right?
Yes, but I'm supposed to work on my technical.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, fine. Then it's closer. When I saw ABBA, I saw double B. I was wondering where that is in Nigeria. So it's all right.
No, that was an error. It's AB.
Okay. Yeah. It's all right. Thank you, Sachigaze.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So more questions? If not, well, we will send the presentation of today through email to the participants, as well as the recording, because we are recording this session. And yes, don't forget that we close the call on 15th of July, so we have 10 more days. And don't hesitate to contact us in case you have any doubt during the process. And thank you very much for joining. Thank you as well to my colleagues.
Thank you,
Thank you
Carmen.
very much.
Bye.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening. Bye.
Bye.